Well, good morning, Hockey Nation fans. Many of you are probably sleeping in because you had a late night watching the Montreal Canadiens play last night. I hope that some of you can join me for the Detroit Red Wings update because it is a doozy. And after being fairly pessimistic on our last few, wow, I'm pleasantly surprised what happened last night. The Red Wings, I've been putting lose in overtime. And finally, we get a win against a really unlikely source. Once again, the Red Wings seem to have the Tampa Bay Lightning's number this month. Is that because their former coach is there? Is that because the former coach of the Red Wings is in Tampa? Maybe. But it was quite the barn burner, which I think was also quite surprising for two teams that are avowed puck management teams now. Derek Lalonde triumphing over his former boss, John Cooper, and former bench boss in Detroit for like 6 or 7 very long, painful years, Jeff Blashill. That's how long he was there, guys. Can you remember that? That's crazy. I think the biggest thing about last night, well, there's two big mountain of things. One of the mountains being our friend Michael Rasmussen having a career night, and this is great news. I said in the previous game that he was getting more ice time, and I thought that was good. Like his face-off percentage jumped up, and he had very good line mates, and I think that's really helpful for him. No kidding. Big night for him. So this game was 2-2 after the first, 3-3 after the second. We thought, oh my God, here we go again. Whoa, this time, not only did the Red Wings not worry about locking things down, they opened it up. And a couple empty netters probably padded the score a little bit, but once they went ahead, 7-4 win over the Tampa Bay Lightning, who I think been on a massive tear. Good news here is that, well, they got outshot. So once again, Ville Husso very key to this victory. He was sub 900 in the save percentage, but that didn't matter too much. Brian Elliott, who's been absolutely red hot in the other end and the other net for Tampa, he did not win this one. What did the Lightning win? Faceoffs. What is going on in Detroit with faceoffs? 62% for the Lightning. No power play goals for either team. That's not good news for the Red Wings, who seem to be getting their act together on the power play. Alex Tanguay still some work to do, but 17-18 hits. This was a physical affair. Lots of block shots, 14-18 in Detroit's favor. This was the real tale. So Braden Point kicked things off, made it 1-0 early, and we were like, here we go. This is going to be bad. But Ole Mata ties it up late in the period. And then also late in the period, Alex Corlin pulls right ahead like a couple minutes later, 3 minutes later, almost exactly, to make it 2-1 for Tampa. And then Michael Rasmussen said, wait a second, we're just getting started, because he got his first goal of the night, 5 on the year, from Sherratt and Sundqvist. Then the second, they traded goals again, Ross Colton and Dylan Larkin. Larkin getting his 11th. Still kind of nursing that whatever upper body injury. Not sure exactly. Is it a shoulder or something else? Hello, Illumi. That Tampa was the game of the season. I think so. They were up. Detroit, if you remember earlier in the month, if we go back and look at it, the last big win they had, I think they won 4-2 over Tampa, or 4-1. We'll go back and look at that. So this was unexpected. Good news in the third period. So we know Michael Rasmussen up to this point has a goal and an assist. Good night for him. Whoa, he is not done yet, though. Elmer Soderblom scores again, getting his 4th of the season. Is that only his 4th? That seems weird to me. I thought he already had 3 on the yearbook to that, and then they scored. I know he had an assist the other night. I do want to check that, because I could have sworn that Soderblom, our friend, the tall Swedish oak tree, all 6'9" of him. Yeah, he's got 4 goals in the year in 16 games. Oh, he got an assist in the prior game. That's what it was. So now he has 5 points in 16 games since drawing back on the lineup, goal and assist. That's all good. Dylan Larkin scoring again, also from Michael Rasmussen. So Larkin still playing on the wing here. So that just tells you what's going on with the injury situation. Good morning, Gregajon! And good morning, Jose Duarte. We are so happy to have you. I am so happy to have you. Please hit like, share this with your cats, your friends, your other family members who might be on YouTube. Love to pump up those numbers in the morning on Friday, especially given the Red Wings winning 7-4 here. So Larkin still playing on the wing. This seems to be suiting him. 12 goals. Also from Rasmussen. So Rasmussen, let's just see. At this point, is 3 points on the night. That's pretty good. Well, he wasn't done. So Kucherov makes it 5-4. So at this point, Detroit has really pulled ahead 5-3, pushing this out of reach by the Tampa Bay Lightning. The 3 of the last 3 Stanley Cup finalists and 2 of the last cups go to Tampa, but not tonight. Tonight, the win goes to our friends in the Red Wings, who've been struggling. Nikita Kucherov getting his 13th. David Perron, though, made it 6-4 and then 7-4, I believe. I think the last 2 are empty net goals. I have to go back and double check. I don't know why they don't say that on here. But the final goal from Rasmussen was his 6th of the year. I think it was his 4th point of the night, right? So he had 1 goal, 2 goals, and then 1 assist, 2 assists, 4 points from Michael Rasmussen. Career game for him so far. Greg and John, what did you think about this game? Illumi, what are you looking forward to? I am looking forward to the upcoming game on Friday, tomorrow, which in here it might say Wednesday, by the way, just so you know. I forgot to change it and download it. I did change it, but I downloaded it before that. So, once again, we just taking a look at this. The faceoffs are brutal, though. Like, Pia Suter, 58%. I don't know how many faceoffs he took. He only played 12 minutes. You were at the Red Wings game, Yamamoto. And is it Kamashimoto? I don't know if that's your real last name or first name, but I am excited that you're here and that you're at the Red Wings game. Little Caesars is an amazing arena. I went there last year. Mickey was like, is there something wrong with that side of the ice? Ernie and then Elliot egregiously turned over the puck. Maybe. The guy that's really been struggling is Kubalik, though. 11 minutes and 40 seconds. How Elmer Soderblom in only 9 minutes scores here? This is good. You have to play this guy more. No forward played 20 minutes last night. This is pretty consistent. If you go back and look, it's very seldom that forwards on Derek Lalonde's team play 20 minutes. He's really spreading the minutes out. I thought Dylan Larkin, 3 points on the night, 4 points for Rasmussen, 2 goals, 2 assists. No points for Jonathan Berggren, no points for our friend Lucas Raymond. He was actually a -2, Lucas Raymond. Oh, yeah, T-Bay did get spanked. It was a close game up to a third, and then the third, it was very un-Red Wing-like. Normally, they've been known, I think, to lock the game down and get it to overtime, get the point, but they're like, nope, that's not happening, and the turnover didn't help. I got a big slice of pepperoni pizza. Well, that's all right. I'm not in love with their pizza, I got to be honest. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Andrew Kopp, 31% in the faceoff circle. At some point, you got to say, "Niet, no more Andrew Kopp in the faceoff circle." Joe Veleno, 14% in limited action. So that's not what I expect after being 50%. Tampa just crushing them. But you got some ex-Tampa guys factoring in here. You got your friend Adam Ernie. He was drafted by Tampa. 100% in the faceoffs. I don't know how many faceoffs he took. Great night for David Perron as well. 3 points, so that's all good. Want to point something out here. Oh, you're at the New Year's Caps game last year. That's cool. Yeah. It's not the Joe. My greatest one of the happiest moments of my life was when I coached a midget game at the Joe. And they have that rickety bench and it's held together by like electrical tape. So unfortunately it's gone. It's kind of felt like a neat what do you call it, museum. But man, Joe Louis or Little Caesars is maybe the best 2 arenas in the NHL. Jesse Wallman, don't look now, 21 minutes and 41 seconds, including power play time. I've been saying this. Jesse Wallman looking really good for the Red Wings. He's a +3 on the night. What? Our friend Alimata got the goal, but he was a -1. Ben Sherrod actually a plus, so that's good. So Philip Ronick and Moritz Seider, neither of them factoring into the offense, which is interesting. Defense first tonight, guys. 38 shots against for Husso, 895 save percentage. He didn't have to be perfect, but he was definitely important. Good morning. Oh, Merry Christmas. Sorry, I meant to read this correctly, and I didn't. And then, Buddy, if you haven't seen the new girl interview in Wingspan with Copper, it's hilarious. I'm not sure what that is. I don't know what this references. Is this a TV show or something? I'm confused. All right, so looking ahead, we have the Ottawa Senators coming up. It's not Wednesday, it's Friday. And I don't know why this is all out of order, but Ottawa have been on a 2-game losing streak. Suddenly, they were on a 4 or 5 game winning streak, so they're back to their losing ways. 6-3-1 though in their last 10. Red Wings pull up their socks a little bit. It would be great to get a win. Will they go with Ville Husso again? That would be a smart bet. Is it enough rest for him? You don't want to burn him out. David Perron now 5 points in the last 5 games, 2 goals in his last 5 games. 3. He is the Mr. Everything. But look at Jake or Jesse Wallman. I got to look up this guy's name. Is it Jake or Jesse? For some reason I think it's Jesse. Oh, it is Jake. I'm so sorry, Jake Wallman. It is Jake Wallman. Oof, I'm moronic. What the heck? Well, he's been playing very well. 21 minutes last night. He's a +7, +3 last night, +7 in his last 5 games. And if you watch him, he's very solid defensively. He's not a bad skater. He makes good outlet passes, and he's been getting on the power play. Might as well. Not working for other guys. I don't see much offense coming from Moritz Seider. In time it will. You know, he'll return to that level, I believe, in the future. Philip Ronnick's actually been kind of a little bit chilly lately. Please hit the likes. I agree. Wingspan, the weekly show before the Red Wings Live. Oh, this is got it. Okay. I didn't understand that was what it was called. All right, so this pulls the Red Wings now ahead of the Buffalo Sabres with 35 points to their 34. It is a logjam there. I mean, Buffalo, a goal-scoring machine. For sure. So they're fun to watch. The Red Wings may be a little more fun to watch now that they're back in the W column. Will they stay in the W column against the last place in the Atlantic Ottawa Senators? And this pulls them to 4th. So I said, hey, this is out of reach before. Guess not. It's not out of reach. Suddenly they are 4th in the wild card race. A loss for the Rangers. They now have 2 games in hand on the Rangers. So if I do my calculation, if they win the next 2 games, that puts them at 39. That would logically mean 39 to 41. They're in the race again. Okay, well, whatever. What do I know? They have 1 game on hand on the Islanders. So that would actually, if they win the next 2 games, put them ahead of them. And they have 2 games in hand on Washington. So actually, you know, the world is not falling apart after all for the Red Wings. Turned out okay. So it's not Wednesday, it's Friday. I mentioned this, and we already kind of looked at some of these. Yeah, so I think I just have a double bill here. And this is the old schedule, but you can see because I don't have the new scores up. After Friday, they actually have the weekend off until the 28th. It's Christmas. This is wild, right? Well, it's probably smart not to push a ref back. Let the NHL deal with the ref. Don't you deal with the ref, because then they'll punish you anyway. That's just how they're going to make it happen. Next week's going to be a tough week. So after they get through Ottawa, they finish the month with Pittsburgh, who's been red hot, playing great hockey. Tristan Jarry dialed in. Sidney Crosby dialed in. Malcolm playing well. Russ playing well. And then Buffalo, before I mentioned Buffalo. So we'll see how the next 2 games go. If they can pull off a win against Ottawa and then split the Pittsburgh-Buffalo, that would be ideal. Or, you know, get 2 out of 3 wins would be great in the next 4 games and finish the month strong. That would be terrific. I'm not going to spend a lot more time on this, guys. I do want to just take a quick look at some of the other games. So the coach and I are going to decide, I think it'll be probably tonight and tomorrow night and/or tomorrow night. We are going to do a World Junior Hockey Championship preview as the games start on the 26th and Boxing Day. This tournament, once again, does not have Russia. Geopolitical problems aside, that is very disappointing, especially since Matvei Michkov, probably the top 2 picks potentially in the NHL draft normally, won't be in the tournament. So that's really disappointing. And, you know, we see so many great Russian goalies, and we're not going to see any of that. It really kind of weakens the tournament. So we'll go through the brackets. It's a little bit less exciting without the Russians. You know, you got USA and you got Sweden and Finland and Canada. And Czechia has a terrific star player, by the way, who's really shot up in the draft rankings. Sale, I think his last name is Sale. So that'll be interesting to talk about. Busy week ahead, so look for our World Junior preview show. I believe we were saying we were going to do it 11:15 Eastern, 8:15 Pacific. Probably tonight. I will confirm with Coach, and we will post it up. Yeah, a little bit less exciting, but this is the way of the world. We're back in the Cold War. The Iron Curtain is being enforced. So, we're going back to an era where you're not going to see Russian hockey players coming over, or they're going to come over to stay. It'll be really interesting to see what happens after the summer. I think there were a lot of guys that decided to sign here and not stay in Russia, but can they go back? Seems weird. And if they do go back, do they come back to the NHL? A couple examples of that. The Carolina goalie, Kuzmenko in Vancouver has been terrific for them. Like, what happens there? These guys have families. They have, lives in Russia. It's really, really weird time. It's like Back to the Future. All right, so let's just take a quick look. Before we wrap this up, I do want to take a quick look at the other games last night. And we'll just go here. New Jersey getting back in the W column against the Panthers, who are now 15-15-4. Good job, Panthers. Let's just, I don't know how banged up they are. When I looked at this lineup, in all fairness, the Panthers have been really, really banged up, and I don't think they have Barkov in. So they are definitely, kind of decimated a little bit. Mackenzie Blackwood getting the win last night. So that's good news if he starts getting some wins. Bratt with his 11th, 12th. Sharagovich getting his 9th and targeting. Mr. Useless goal of the century. He always gets 20 goals. I don't know how important they are. We talked about the Lightning and Red Wings. Avalanche barely getting a point out of the game versus Canadians. The young Mr. Richard, who we were kind of like talking about, and I was like, this guy's never going to do anything in the NHL, gets a goal. He also got a penalty that resulted in Arturi Lekkonen's goal on the power play, so that was bad. Kind of negated his good effort there, but good for him getting his first NHL, his first goal this season. I don't know if it's his first NHL goal. Has he been called up before with Nashville? Yeah, he's never scored in those games, so who knows? Maybe he's a late bloomer. Maybe a star is born in Montreal. Anthony Richard. And I like how he's 5'11" on this website and 5'10" everywhere else, which means he's probably 5'9" everywhere. 4-2, Predators get a W versus the really, really, really terrible Blackhawks. At what point, probably the end of the season is the answer, but at what point do Patrick Kane and Jonathan Toews, who are unrestricted free agents, what point are they moved? It's probably the trade deadline is my guess, just because of salary. Oilers 6-3 over the Stars. This, you know what? This was a big win for the Oilers. Stuart Skinner getting the W. Jake Ottinger getting the L. I mean, what's going on? And this is great. I think it was 2-1 after the first, right? It was 2-0 after the first. Then it was 3-0. Oh no, sorry. 1-1 and then 2-1 in the second. That's what it was. The Wyatt Johnson goal was in the second. So that was, tight, and then Zach Hyman tied it up. Nugent Hopkins having a big night there, getting the go-ahead goal 3-2. Tyler Seguin said, "Not yet, my friend. I can still score some goals in this league," on the power play, and made it 3-3. But then, once again, we see in the third period, Matthias Janmark getting his – wait, is this real? Yes, it is. Second goal of the night. What? Connor McDavid, kind of a quiet night for him. Did he get one goal? Is that it? What? When Connor McDavid doesn't get 2 points, you're like, this is disappointing. But he gets his 29th of the year to make it 5-3. And then Matthias Janmark making it 6-3. So that was a big win because I didn't think Edmonton was playing amazing in the beginning. Vegas gets a W. No surprise against Arizona. Look, a Russian player. Valimaki getting his second of the year in Arizona. I like to see him succeed. I think that's a great pickup by Arizona from Calgary, who felt they were just too deep to keep Mr. Valimaki, and I really like him. I think he's going to be a good player. Mark Stone notably gets his 14th of the year on a shorthanded goal. Mr. Defensive takeaway king of the universe. And our friends in Minnesota take advantage of the Anaheim Ducks 4-1. Connor Dewar, former captain of the Everett Silvertips, signed a one-way contract, and he is continuing to reward the Minnesota Wild. He told them, I believe, listen, you give me a contract, you will not be sorry. And he is correct, because Connor Dewar is one of the grittiest, gutsiest persons you'll ever meet, with natural leadership qualities, and he just wills his way to success, and that's what he did again last night, getting his 5th goal of the year. So hats off to our friend Connor Dewar, playing a line with Ryan Reeves. What? Matthew Boldy with his 12th. That is always good news when he scores, and Ryan Hartman getting his 2nd. Hartman was last year their number 1 centerman, so him drawing back on the lineup, 6 points in 11 games now, is helpful because they're very, very weak at center. All right, so that was last night's games. Hopefully you enjoyed the Montreal-Colorado game, because that was an excellent game that went to overtime. I want to wrap this up and say have a wonderful weekend. Watch for our update on World Junior Championship. What day is today? Is it Thursday? It's Thursday. I normally go live Friday. What am I doing? I'm so confused. Well, you got a little bonus this week, guys. Wow. Yeah, you got a little bonus. But we'll do the World Junior preview. I'll talk to Coach, and we'll decide, is it tonight or is it tomorrow? But it will be 11:15 Eastern, 8:15 Pacific, either Thursday night or Friday. My guess is Thursday, as we'll do it tonight. Thank you for joining. Thank you for your comments and your likes. If you're watching this over, please hit likes and share it with your friends. And let's try to build up the mornings. So we get like 100 people in the mornings. And I probably threw everybody off. I just realized it's not Friday. I am so confused where I am. All right. Well, everybody, have a wonderful day, and we will see you on Friday, where I will do another update. I don't know if I need to now. I probably don't need to now. I'm going to take tomorrow morning off, I guess. So you got this in advance. If you're watching this on Friday, hope you enjoy the game at Friday night. And you guys have a great day.